The 2015-2016 Can-Am Spyder ST-S. It might seem strange to us to see these funny, backward trikes, but they really aren't anything new. In 1884, Edward Butler debuted plans for his Butler Petrol Cycle. It was a three-wheeled motorcycle, two front steering wheels and a single rear drive wheel, powered by a liquid-cooled, 600cc flat twin four-stroke engine. Starting at $22,399, the Spyder ST-S is a far cry from Butler's design. For starters, the Spyder ST-S has brakes, the Butler Petrol Cycle didn't, but I'm sure he would be impressed with what Can-Am has done with his concept. Continue reading for my review of the Can-Am Spyder ST-S. Design. Sports bikes usually lack storage space and touring bikes can be storage bags on wheels. The Can-Am Spyder ST-S is a compromise between the two, marrying sport performance with touring comfort. Can-Am touts the Spyder ST-S as sport and comfort with attitude. With 12 gallons of storage capacity, the lion's share in a watertight storage compartment up front, it is spacious and answers the call for adequate touring bike storage. Okay, it's not big enough for a body, but that's what Cadillacs are for. Add to that a 6.6-gallon fuel tank and a comfortable suede seat and I'm thinking touring trike. Now look at the Rotax 998cc V-twin, liquid-cooled, fuel-injected engine that produces 100 horsepower at 7,500 revolutions per minute and I want to think sport trike. Steel black metallic wasn't available on the ST-S in 2015, but it's here for 2016. I called last year's color combos, black and white or blue and black, both with the red accents, more like clown car colors, and I'm glad to see that has been changed. Alongside basic black, the ST-S comes in magma red, just plain glossy red with no stripes or colorful accents, plain, elegant, grown-up colors. It looks like my comfort ride is shaping up when you add an adjustable windshield with wind deflectors and lots of tech goodies like cruise control, traction control, stability control, anti-lock brakes and power steering. Because I'm short, I appreciate the adjustable features, especially since the ST-S has a 29-inch seat height, and a standard-size bike without adjustable features can make me feel like Lily Tomlin's character, Edith Ann, sitting in that big chair. Chassis. The Spyder ST-S features a double-A-arm front suspension with an anti-roll bar, similar to what you might find in an automobile suspension, whereas bikes usually use hydraulic front forks. No real surprise, since the front end on this trike is more car-like than bike-like. The rear is no surprise either, with a 6-inch monoshock on a swing-arm suspension. I have to give a nod to the foot-operated, three-wheel anti-lock electronic brake system. The front wheels have Brembo 4-piston fixed calipers and the rear wheel has a Brembo single-piston floating caliper. Similar to a car, you apply all three brakes with the pedal, which makes it easier for new riders and more agreeable to the touring folks, but old-timers and sport riders may miss the feel and control of separate front and rear brakes. Drivetrain. Sharing the same mill with the Spyder RS, the 998cc Rotax engine, the smaller of the Rotax engines in Can-Am's lineup, is a two-cylinder, four-stroke, dual overhead cam engine, which means less reciprocating mass in the valve train and reduces the chance of valve float. Anything done to replace reciprocating mass with rotating mass is good for reducing maintenance and mechanical noise in the engine. The 60-degree engine has smooth power pulses resulting in less vibration, which is great for the touring riders. Where last year you had the option of 5-speed transmissions, the manual, which is nice for the riders who like the sporty side of the ride, and the 5-speed semi-automatic that it shares with the Spyder RS, for 2016, the ST-S only comes with the 5-speed semi-automatic. Both transmissions have transmission-based reverse, which almost seems like a necessity. It seems to me that it would be hard to sweat the trike backward using leg power alone. I really like the hand-controlled paddle shifter with the 5-speed semi-automatic transmission. A flick of the thumb upshifts and a press of the finger downshifts for smooth and amazingly fast shifting. When you come to a stop, the transmission automatically shifts to first gear so you're ready to go. Price. MSRP on the 2016 Spyder ST-S is $22,399, quite a jump from last year's $20,549. Your new Spyder is covered by a 2-year BRP limited warranty that includes 2 years of roadside assistance. You can extend the warranty from 12 to 36 months. Competitors. I recently learned that a trike with 2 wheels in the front and 1 in the rear is called a tadpole configuration. Most of us would call it a reverse trike, and when looking at a Can-Am Spyder, I can't quite see calling it a tadpole, but there it is. Finding a competitor for such a vehicle presents a dilemma. Without going to the aftermarket for trike kits or hitting a customizing shop, there really isn't much to choose from in the motorcycle market. The Slingshot? No. It isn't a motorcycle, no matter what Polaris wants me to believe. It's cool and sporty, a guy near me owns one, and it's a hoot to drive, but therein lies the rub. You drive it. It has a steering wheel and you sit side by side with your passenger, so it isn't a competitor for a Spyder. I wish I could use the Isetta from BMW as a competitor. That wouldn't do, because first, it's old, not even on the market let alone being current, and second, it has a steering wheel and didn't I just poo-poo away the Slingshot for that reason? It's just a really cool tadpole, and yes, I am perfectly comfortable calling that a tadpole. I think the closest thing that I can find at the moment is the Niaoing from Honda. If you get right down to brass tacks, it's actually a scooter, but with a 400cc engine, it's a big scooter. And if we're going to talk scooters, let's look at the MP3 from Piaggio with the 492cc engine. No, scooters just can't compete with the Can-Am Spyder, it's not apples to apples. So folks that are looking for reverse trikes, what else are you considering that you stack up against the Spyder ST-S? My inquiring mind wants to know. He said. My husband and fellow motorcycle rider, TJ Hinton, says, although I prefer 2 wheels, the trike owners I've talked to say they really like the Can-Am Spyders, including the Saint-S. They corner like they're on rails. She said. I like the Spyder ST-S for its compromise of sport and touring. Being a short person and a woman with not as much upper body strength as a man, I like the fact that I can't drop it, and the transmission-based reverse is a blessing. With the 29-inch seat height, I don't think I could use leg power to roll it backward. I also like that it looks so Batman.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.